Welcome to another episode of StuTube. Bitcoin has been on an absolute moon mission today, and for those of you who have been tuning into my live streams recently, this shouldn't come as too much of a surprise. I mean, yes, there was always, I was quite vocal about the fact that I thought we were actually going to end up getting a third touch point along this upward sloping diagonal trend line here. But in my last stream, I did mention the possibilities. I believe it's right when we were trading just below this wedge. I was saying that I was actually leaning a little bit bearish there, but something I was keeping on my radar was the fact that the market might actually front run this line because there was a lot of people that were starting to talk about it and starting to watch it. So I said the next thing to watch for would be just see if this ends up being a fake out. I figured that if we did get back into this wedge and reclaim that support line, that I figured that there was an excellent chance that Bitcoin was going to just carry on with some momentum and end up breaking out of this bullish pattern. And that's exactly what happened. Like I said, the previous stream, we were trading just below that level. But look how well it was respected when we got back into this little wedge here. I shouldn't even say little, this is huge. I mean, it goes back quite a ways here. But look how well this was respected when we did reclaim that support. Absolutely pinpoint accurate, took off from there. And for those of you who are also in the MDX Algo VIP Discord there, you'll know that this was another level of interest for me, was this green box that I have outlined. As far as the structure was going, and this was about when we were trading in this level or so just a couple days ago, I had mentioned that, you know, as far as this swing goes, we have this high, but we actually broke it with a higher high. So this at the time was our higher low structure. So as long as we were holding on to that support, I figured that we were most likely bullish. And look at that, we came down, tested that box, and again, just absolutely took off from there. We got another test of this downward sloping resistance line, which is absolutely beautiful because you guys know I like at least 3 touch points on a trend line before I take a breakout too seriously. So the fact that we had 1, 2, 3 perfect touch points and then struggling at it a 4th time there, when we got that breakout, that was my signal to go long there. I actually zoomed right into the 1 minute as soon as we started closing candle bodies above that level, reclaimed it as support here, and that's where I took my entry there. So I've been in a long ever since that. And on top of that, you guys, something else I've been talking about a lot recently in my streams is this little scalping strategy I've been using with the MDX Algo indicators. Just using these reversal warnings, that's all these orange W's. Yes, there's a ton of them on this chart. This is a 1 minute chart, so they're everywhere. But look, they're pointing out a very obvious trend. You can see that they are just showing that the highs are just getting higher and higher. I mean, yes, if you look at the chart, you can see that, but this really helps to draw your eye to this and can really help you identify a trend. So a very powerful strategy there. One of my favorite strategies that I've been using recently is just not fighting the W's. I was tempted to take many shorts in this area, but I just refused to, because any trades that I've been losing in the last couple of weeks is usually when I've been ignoring the fact of which way the W's have been trending. So that's just a very beautiful setup that I've been liking to use. Just some great confluence when looking for a trade setup. Now comes the interesting part, you guys. Obviously, you can see we have a strong trend. I have zero interest of trying to guess a top and short this because I think standing in front of a train is a very dangerous move. And also, I've been talking about something for a very long time, you guys, and for those of you who have been tuning into my streams, my videos, everything, you'll know that this is something that I've talked about quite a bit, and that's the fact that I actually think we're en route to find much higher price targets, specifically around that 48,000 level. I've been talking about this since, it must have been 7 or 8 months now. I think it was before New Year's, before Christmas even. I was saying that I figured that that's most likely a level that the market's going to be drawn towards, as far as even if it is a bear market rally and we get shut down very hard from this level, I still just can't shake the feeling that we're heading towards that level. For one, because we have broke the structure of this downtrend. I know a lot of people have been very bearish and just thinking this is a sucker's rally, but I mean the structure of the chart as far as a macro time frame goes, this is a weekly chart, guys. I can't take this too lightly. We had our low here, lower low here. This was our lower high. and we did actually break that level. You can see we even struggled with it at first, but then did end up getting our breakout. And now look how well we're respecting that as just a resistance support flip. This is absolutely beautiful technical analysis. I can't stress that enough, you guys. Yes, it's a little uneasy, a little nerve-wracking that we're trading below this blue box here. Obviously, a very strong level of support back in this region here. To see that flip into resistance wouldn't be all too uncommon. But the fact we're not getting that harsh rejection, you guys, we're just kind of trading sideways at that level. Yes, it's been a very long time. It's been several months now just trading at this level. But that's several months just consolidating on top of this old resistance line. Absolutely beautiful. And every market cycle before this, I mean, you can see the market loves to kind of top out around that 618 Fibonacci level. If we go back another market cycle, you can see we got a harsh rejection at this level once again. So I just don't see a reason why this market cycle has to be any different. Yes, it absolutely could be. This does not have to happen. I don't trade based on the weekly chart. I just use it to keep my eyes open to possibilities. I generally like smaller time frames for actually trading, but this is definitely something that I always keep in mind when I'm wondering, are we overextended? Do I think the market has to correct back down to our lows or anything like that? I mean, I've been talking about this level for such a long time based on this Fibonacci level, but also the fact that we have this strong level of structure here. I just don't think it's all too unrealistic to think that we might very well be on our way up to that level, especially if we can get a weekly close kind of above this $32,000 wick. Really, even just getting an engulfing candle, just closing above my blue box here, I absolutely think Bitcoin's in a beautiful position to end up testing much higher to this level. And I have been laughed at in the past for the last 6 months or so. I've been talking about this level. I have seen a few influencers talking about this level in the last couple months, but I have been talking about this for 7 or 8 months now, you guys. I just don't see why it would be unrealistic to reach these levels. I've said it before, I'll say it again. As far as a longer term time frame goes, I mean, if this chart, just ignore the numbers on the right here, ignore what the actual dollar value is here. If we were just looking at the structure of this chart, and this was a 5-minute, a 15-minute, an hour chart, nobody would second guess the possibilities of reaching a level up here or even higher. You guys know I like the higher Fibonacci box. I'm just going from previous market cycles here. But yeah. Basically, if this was any other time frame, everyone would think it's totally normal. But the fact that it's on a weekly, it's a much bigger move, and people just have a hard time understanding that, or even just fathoming the idea that we might be going all the way towards $48,000. And something that's interesting with this, you guys, those of you who have seen that prediction quite early in the early days of me saying this, the whole time I've been calling for this move in June or July of this year. So it's interesting to see that we're seeing this beautiful resist support flip, weekly time frame consolidating, looking like a bull flag. You can see that we just have an uptrend forming. As long as we stay above this level, things are looking pretty good to me. Yeah, interesting to see that, you know, we're getting towards the end of June and all of a sudden we're looking a little pumpy. So like I said, I just can't stress that enough. For June, July, I've been expecting this target quite a bit higher. That's another $20,000 to the upside, you guys. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but I really can't shake the feeling that we're heading towards that level. So just something to at least keep on the radar, even if you don't think that that's going to happen. And, you know, it, like I said, it doesn't have to. Just be open to the possibilities. If you're ever saying that, no, that can't happen, there's a good chance you're wrong, because the market doesn't give a shit what you think, and the market can stay overextended much longer than you can stay sane. So just always be open to any possibilities. You always want to prepare for any situation. Like I always say, this market is very reactive. It's more important to be able to react than predict. Being able to predict can just kind of help you keep a level head more than anything while you're looking for your trade setups. So something to consider there, you guys. Enough about that. A couple of altcoins caught my attention today. One would be DOT. I think this is at a very interesting support level. Obviously, we got a very strong bounce off this level last time. What was that? About a 80% pump to the upside. And so we basically came back down to this level with my indicators here. You can see that we have the bright green candles here. We have on the oscillator 4, we have a bullish pivot. We have a bullish, regular bullish sorry, getting tongue-tied here. Regular bullish divergence here. To go with our bullish reversal warning right at this little level here. Oscillator 5, we also have those big green oversold condition dots with, again, regular bullish divergences there. And as well, we even have this little liquidity grab here. We did fake out below this level, but obviously the candle bodies and everything are closing above that level, very reactive to that price. So in my opinion, DOT's looking pretty good, and this is a daily chart, you guys. So even in some kind of a dead cat bounce could be a fairly nice move to the upside coming up here. Another coin that caught my attention was Palmswap. I have been looking at this one in the past. I actually bought in at the pre-sale at about 1.8 cents. It's really not up a ton since that. It's obviously just been bouncing around, whatever, but not looking so bad. Basically, I have this downward sloping trend line, more than 3 touches, broke out from that, and then kind of retested this double bottom support level here, and been taking off since then. I know they have been listed on MEXC. I believe it was just today or in the recent days here. But even when the price tried to reverse here, I can bring up the algos. We tried to get this reversal warning here, bright red candles rather. You can see we do have some warnings here. We got the big red dot. We have the bearish pivot showing up. But something that's interesting is on this 4-hour candle, even though we got that big wick to the downside, it got bought right back up. And that's interesting because as far as this little swing goes, I mean, you can see, yeah, we're just setting higher highs, bringing up the higher lows kind of a thing. And really, this would be the last support that we had until we just kind of cruised to the upside there. So the fact that we dumped back down, retested that level, and just like a springboard, straight back to the upside. So there might be quite a bit of buying pressure there. It's definitely one I'm interested in holding on to for a while yet. I have no interest in selling mine yet. I still have a stake going and whatnot. But yeah, I'm liking to see that bullish momentum carrying on there. So yeah, overall, guys, I think the market's in a good place. Yes, it could be a little overextended. Obviously, pullbacks are totally natural. But as it stands right now, I mean, a beautiful trend to the upside. I wouldn't be too surprised to see us eventually lose this. This is just a 5-minute trend because, again, I'm on the 1 minute here, you guys. Eventually, I wouldn't be too surprised to see us lose this 5-minute moving average here and seeing us retest much lower to this hourly one. That's most likely eventually got to catch up to the price, or the price has eventually, basically the price is either going to come back and test that and see if it can hold from there, or, you know, maybe we just get a time-based correction, and that would basically be we just trade sideways in some kind of a range while this moving average kind of catches up to the price and then can provide support from there. So gonna have to see what happens there. But overall, guys, I'm quite bullish on this market. Like I said, I see reasons in the long term. We have this bull flag is consolidating for months on old resistance into new support. Things are just looking pretty good in my opinion, and things are going to feel overextended for quite some time, especially if we end up getting a bigger move. Like I said, the markets can stay irrational for quite some time, so we might have some bigger moves to the upside. Right now, I'm still holding on to my longs, still seeing these W's climb. Really, the only attempt at a reversal as far as the trending W's go was kind of here. Other than that, you just see that we get W, higher W. We got W's, higher W's. So just the trend is very clearly to the upside, even on the 1 minute chart here. Structure is holding very nicely. So yeah, as it stands right now, I would like to see us kind of hold this support here. Just kind of where we found some support back at this level a couple times. So that's kind of a shorter time area that I'm looking at for now. So yeah, guys, I think that's about all I have to say. If you appreciated this video, please do me a favor. Give me that thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. With that, Yeah, hopefully you found this useful. Let me know in the comments down below what you'd like me to touch on next time, what you didn't like, what you do like, things you agree or disagree with, any of that kind of stuff, guys. As well, if my indicators here that I use do interest you, they also come with the MDX Crypto's private VIP Discord group. So on top of these beautiful indicators that I use every day, you also get access into the private Discord, which has myself as well as several other coaches constantly doing live analysis updates, answering questions, just a super helpful community, very positive vibes in there. Just absolutely love it. I will have a referral link down below for 15% off if that's something that you want to try out. Like I said, if you do get these indicators, make sure you check out that Discord as well, because I think there's a ton of value there as well. A lot of education to be taken in there. So other than that, guys, oh, and obviously as well, if you are in the MDX Algo Discord there, that's where I do my live streams and stuff. So if you want to actually get on the voice chat with me, get involved with those streams live, I always post them here, but it's usually a couple hour delay by the time it uploads. So if you want to be a part of those live, that's where that happens as well. So with that, guys, like I said, if you appreciated all of this, give me that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. With that, I'm out. Stay safe, my friends. Peace.